Welcome back on Gaming. This is Devin, and on January 4th, 2022, Sony finally announced a PlayStation VR2 along with the Sense controllers. So, we'll go ahead, look into a little bit of that, and actually go ahead and look at if you should be excited for this new console slash hardware, whatever you want to call it. But first, let's go ahead and look at the new features for this console. Of course, I will go ahead and have like a screenshot or whatever of the new features of this. Of course, I just found this on the PlayStation blog. But anyways, so this new console hardware will have visual fidelity, headset-based controller tracking, new sensory features, and an eye tracking. So one of the things that I'm pretty excited for is, of course, the eye tracking, and they also did talk about some like haptic feedback or rumbling in the headset. So I think it's going to be pretty cool for like immersion, and I just think that'll be interesting just in general. But then the other thing is, I'm pretty excited that they said it's only going to be one cord, and if you have the previous PlayStation VR, this thing has tons of wires. I mean, we'll go ahead and see how it is when the console actually releases, but I mean, that one cord is pretty exciting. But the other thing here that's very important is that everybody is pretty excited about this. If you look on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube videos, whatever it may be, everybody's super excited about this. The hardware, just see what it can do, and just everything with it. So, my opinion on this is that I think the hardware looks pretty cool. It's a huge step up from the original one, but I'm not excited. I don't really see why so many people are excited. So, of course, in the comments, go ahead and let me know if you are excited or not, before I go ahead and tell you what I think. But I'm just not excited for this. So, a couple of things that I am not excited for and just not really caring about too much is that this sort of is going to be reminding me of the PlayStation Vita and then first VR system. So of course for the Vita, it seemed like a pretty promising console. I was pretty excited about the dual analogs, and then of course the console came out. Loved this console when it came out as well, but then it just seemed like once Sony released it, they cut their support for it. And I mean, of course, they did come out with games afterwards and that, but it was pretty much a third party system. And then, of course, later we have the PSVR come out, the first one, and it sort of seemed like the same exact thing. The headset came out, Sony had a lot of support for it, and then all of a sudden, a couple of years down the line, it's all third party support. And I mean, that's fine, but it just seemed like they just quit caring about these things that they just released, and later in presentations, all they have is a little like watermark that says PlayStation Vita or PlayStation VR in it, and they stop giving it main support. But that's sort of where I see this PSVR 2 going. And then the other thing that's very, I would say, sort of annoying with it is that these things, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty hard to have everything come out at once with the PS5. So then, like, a PS5 and then a new VR system come out same day. I know that'd be extremely hard, especially since the PlayStation 5 is hard to get as is. So, I guess good luck getting the virtual system, and then also the having a PS5 already, which will be interesting to know if this new PSVR 2 will work with anything else. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But with the what I think would be a good idea is if they did have it come out, because it just sort of seems like that these are just sort of half steps towards something. So I think the Vita came out when the PS3 was already out, and then of course it went to PS4. So it worked with the PlayStation 3, the Vita. It worked a little bit with it, but then of course when the PS4 came out, then it became a little bit harder to have the Vita work with the PS4. And then of course I just found out today, right before I started filming this video, that you need an adapter for the PS5 to work with a original PlayStation headset, which I will not get into much about that, but I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous. I mean, you can get a free one, of course, by sending in some information or just filling out some info, or you can buy it for like $25 on Amazon. But anyways, um that's the other thing here too, is that it doesn't seamlessly, it seems like, work with any of the consoles that they're with, whether it's a Vita or the PlayStation VR headset. So I mean, we'll see if that one works perfectly fine with the PS5 system, but we'll go ahead and see. And then the last thing here that I want to talk about with the headset is the only way that I think that the second one will work is if it does not just work with the PlayStation 5. If it works with PC, if it can maybe work with the new Xbox. I don't know, if it just seems like more of just a headset that you can work with anything, because we already know that Sony's probably not going to support it that for that long. But of course, there's just things that I think that'd be perfect for VR is such as like experiences, such as, video gaming, of course. But I don't think gaming should be the exclusive thing for this headset. And I think that's why it's sort of dying, or why the first one didn't do as good as it should have done. And then, of course, I would say probably like, some XXX content I think would be pretty good for this as well. But I mean, we'll go ahead and see. Hopefully, I'm wrong that this is not a PS Vita 3 or well, it is a newer PSVR, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. But anyways, in the comments, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.